Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Monday, June 18th, 2012. There's a lot going on in the market today. Let's get underway here with the charts. You're going to see that the futures are lower. That's the S&P U contract. The S&P E-mini U contract down by 7.5 points to start the morning. Decent little plunge here for the market. Everyone was expecting this Greek vote to turn out to be favorable and that the markets would love it. Well, who really knows if it's favorable or not, but it looks like you did get two pro-bailout Greek parties in power. They're going to gain 161 seats, but to tell you the truth, I can't make heads or tails out of it either way. Are they going to exit? Are they not going to exit the European Union? Who really knows? I think the Greece situation is really not what's important. The focus now needs to be on Spain and Italy going forward, and that will tell us everything. And all I can tell you about Spanish debt yields, they are soaring to new highs. 10-year yield is now over 7%, and that is problematic going forward. If you look at the Spanish market today, it is down over 2% on the session. The Italian market, the FTSE MIB, is down 1.9%. So that is not a positive and ultimately a big negative for the stock markets. You cannot have Spanish 10-year bond yields trading at 7%. That's an all-time high and very, very problematic for the market. So we'll have to wait and see exactly how that plays out. Also in France, it looks like the Socialist Party secured a bulk of the seats in Parliament, and that is going to help the current president, Hollande, as he's a socialist as well. So we'll see how this all plays out, but either way you look at it, right now the European markets for the most part are very, very weak. You do have the German DAX up about 0.5%. The French CAC 40 is down about 0.3%. But as I said before, you have Italy down nearly 2%, and Spain is down over 2%. And that's all we have to see for a lower open this morning in the futures market. Now, it's not a huge decline in the futures market. You do have a G20 meeting coming up in Mexico today, beginning. So there's a lot of people waiting on that to hear what comes out of that G20 meeting. You also, I believe, have the Federal Reserve, the FOMC meeting, Tuesday and Wednesday. So a lot of people are waiting on the Federal Reserve and seeing what Chairman Bernanke's comments are going to be on Wednesday afternoon. But either way you slice it or dice it right now, the markets still look very vulnerable, a little bit on the weaker side. I wouldn't expect any major collapse here because you have all of these geopolitical events taking place, the G20, and then you have the Fed the following day. But anyway you look at it, the markets are very, very vulnerable still, and just keep an eye on the dollar. If the dollar starts to move higher, the major stock indexes are going to move lower. Today you can take a look at the dollar, and you'll see the U contract trading higher. Dollar up, market down. It's probably the best inverse relationship that we've ever seen, and it's been lasting for probably over 10 years now. So again, dollar is up nicely today. You can see the US dollar index, the U contract, above the 82 level, and the futures markets are lower, down 6.5 points, sometimes 7 points or so. Either way, it's all about the dollar. If the dollar can decline, the markets will inflate and trade higher, and vice versa. That's really what it comes down to. Let's take a look at gold and silver this morning. First thing you're going to take a look at here is gold is trading down 8 points. First thing I notice when I see that, gold is trading down $8 to $16.20 an ounce. Go look at the GLD this morning. You'll see the GLD trading at 157. If the markets were inflating, gold would be higher, or if gold was higher, it would be telling us they're going to inflate the markets. That is not the case this morning. So gold is trading lower. GLD closed at 157.84, trading at 157.03 at the moment. Let's take a look at the oil contract or oil futures. Oil is trading down $1.25 to 82.78 per barrel. That's a decent decline in oil this morning. Same for USO here. USO is trading down to the 31.19 level on Friday, closed at 31.61. Again, I don't really see any real strength in oil at the moment. Looks like it's going sideways, but that ultimately could be setting up to go lower, especially if the dollar does trade higher. So that's something we have to watch for. Now let's take a look at a few different stocks in the news today. Usually Mondays is a little bit on the slower side, but I did see a few stocks out there. One was this PetSmart, ticker symbol PETM, PETM. PetSmart right now is trading at $68. Again, this has upside maybe to around $70, maybe 70, 50. Around there, the stock is going to start to get stretched. So if you own it, start taking some profits or trail your stop loss. If you don't own it, I don't know if you want to short this thing here. It's coming off of a pretty much a 1 week base, so it could have upside to max move around $72. I think it goes into around 70, 70, 50, and then you start looking for it to stall out. But decent little move on PetSmart today, and the stock has a little bit of strength underneath it, but it shouldn't really get above 72. And it ultimately should hit resistance around 70.50. Let's take a look at this body, BODY. I do not know the stock, but I did see the huge gap down this morning. Body Central. Stock had a pretty nice bearish base for about 1 month. I would leave this thing alone. It is trading below the $12 level, which is the all-time low and the low pivot going back to 2010. Right now, there's nothing to do with this stock. Leave it alone. Let it go lower. Probably goes to $10. It may find a little bit of support there. But again, big, strong gap down coming from a big bearish base. This thing is something you do not want to get in front of. Let's take a look at DSW. DSW closed at 58.80 today. It's trading at 52.50 at the moment. Traders should watch a couple of levels here that I have. One level is going to be around 51.25 if it does get down there. Watch 51.25. After that, you're going to watch the 48.75 level, and then after that, it's going to be all the way down to $46. And then there's going to be some other levels down there, but you may as well just watch $40, 40.50 after that. All of those levels could give you small intraday bounces, so watch those levels. Very important. Here's another stock I saw today that was a big mover. INFI, Infinity Pharmaceuticals. This stock put a high in around $14 on Friday. This morning it is trading down around the 11.40 level. This is a pretty good decline for the stock. No need to get in front of this one. There will be support around $10.85. There'll be more support around the $9.86 level. And then after that, it's $8.83. All the way down to the $7.68 level. I'm not sure what the news is. You can check it out yourself, but that's a pretty sharp gap down, especially for a $14 stock. But watch those levels. You could see some small intraday bounces there, but this is a strong gap down. So ultimately, this stock could go lower. Do not get too cute. Do not overstay your welcome with it, and make sure you try to put the chart patterns together with this stock. But that's what we're looking at. So futures, since we've been doing this, shooting this video, have fallen a little bit more, trading down around 7.5, 7 3/4 now. Again, we'll see if the news out of any G20 meeting or potential Federal Reserve news. I'm sure you'll hear more talk of the QE3 or more stimulus coming into the marketplace. That seems to be the magic bullet at this time. But as long as that dollar is stronger, just expect that market to be weaker, and that's exactly what you're seeing at the moment. Alrighty there. We're going to leave it there, folks. Have a great trading day, and we'll see you all on the mic tomorrow. Have a good day now. We'll see you again.